Hey there, everyone. I'm Teresa Uthrolt, and I'm the Director of Partner Programs for the AWS Partner Network. And Barbara Kessler, who will be coming up shortly, runs some of our global partner programs. Welcome to our session. I'm really glad to see you guys here. I'm glad that we're able to do this in person. Thank you for traveling to Vegas and spending this time with us. It's really awesome to see you here. So before we get started, let's just do a quick show of hands. How many of you are already registered with the APN? Okay. All right. That's super helpful. Great. Okay, well, this session is for prospective and new AWS partners. We're going to learn about the programs and benefits that you can access to grow with AWS. We're also going to do a deep dive into some tools and resources that will help you build a strong foundation to succeed when you work with AWS. Let's take a look at the agenda for today's session. We're going to take a quick look at how we're growing with our partners. We will then review some of the resources, programs, and benefits we have to help you build, market, and sell. We will take a look at the new partner paths. Barbara's going to walk you through that, which was something that Doug reflected in his keynote address. And then finally, we're going to share some tips on how to get started. So let's dive in. So AWS is going through a period of really strong growth and momentum. And we're finding that as we grow at a fast pace, our partners are an important part of that. In Q3, we reached a $64 billion run rate, and our Q3 revenue grew 39% year over year. We have over 200 fully featured services, virtually any cloud workload, and we have 81 availability zones across 25 AWS regions, and we're planning to grow both in the years to come. And finally, AWS has millions of active customers every month. We're seeing that our partners are growing as fast as AWS, and the opportunity for them to expand their business with AWS continues to grow. We have over 100,000 partners in over 150 countries, and 70% of our partners are headquartered outside the United States. Our network of partners continues to grow, with 50 partners joining each day. Together, we've won hundreds of thousands of opportunities, bringing in billions of dollars of business. And we've seen especially robust growth in the opportunities we're sharing with partners. That grew 2 times what it was last year. So how can you access this growth and momentum? Joining the AWS Partner Network is a really important step to help you start on that road. By working with us, you'll be able to deliver more innovation for your customers as we continue to expand our portfolio of technology and services. You can take advantage of free and reduced price training and achieve certifications for your team. You'll be able to promote your business, including marketing, at events such as re:Invent, re:MARS, and Reinforce. You'll even be able to sell your solutions on the AWS Marketplace, our digital catalog for AWS customers. Through our programs, you'll be able to highlight your expertise to customers and differentiate your strengths. We have a lot of programs and benefits, and there's tremendous ability for you to customize your journey and define the programs and benefits that you need to achieve the business outcomes that you're looking for. Being part of the APN means that you get tremendous visibility with our sales teams and our customers. And finally, you'll be able to save time and money and get tools and resources to help you find new customers and respond to their needs more quickly. So let's take a look at those resources, programs, and benefits that can help you take advantage of this growth and momentum. Our resources, programs, and benefits are organized across 3 key pillars: build, market, and sell. The first step for a new partner is to learn about AWS and build your expertise. And we have several options to help you do that. We have digital training, which are free on-demand courses, which your teams can take when and where it's convenient for them. We also offer classroom training. This is hands-on instructor-led training that can be virtual or in person. And some of it's free, and if it's not free, it's been discounted. You'll be able to take advantage of AWS accreditations and demonstrate foundational expertise and understanding of AWS and its benefits, and achieve AWS certifications, which showcase your strengths and distinguish your expertise. This is a key point. Investing in training and certification is really foundational to your success as an AWS partner. A new study commissioned by ESG shows that investing in training and certification drives important business benefits for AWS partners. 750 partners across North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific participated in the study. And here's what they shared with us. The vast majority of them told us that AWS training and certification improved their competitive position in the market. They told us that their customers are looking to work with AWS certified partners. They told us that the training is helping their team's ability to innovate and also helping their team realize operational efficiencies for their customers. More than half of them shared that investing in AWS training and certification for their teams was helping them recruit and retain strategic technical talent. This is a critical objective for all of us that work in the tech industry. Once you have a foundation in AWS expertise, you'll be well positioned to build AWS-aligned offerings. And we've got a range of programs to help you along with that. You can access Navigate, where you'll find enablement tracks. These are prescriptive tracks that will help you map out your journey and the steps that you need to take to achieve the outcomes you want. You can also complete a foundational tech review, or an FTR. And in doing so, you'll be able to qualify your software for AWS. You can leverage the Tech Shift program and accelerate the transformation of your solutions on the AWS cloud. You can join the SaaS Factory and build your SaaS application on AWS. The SaaS Factory has some really great resources for partners: business and technical content, best practices, access to solution architects, and dedicated SaaS experts. No matter where you are in that journey, they'll help you accelerate and get your SaaS applications onto the AWS cloud. And finally, you can unlock Innovation Sandbox credits as you integrate AWS services into your solutions. Once your offerings are built and you're ready to go to market, we provide you with free resources to help you with marketing. In Marketing Central, you'll find a self-service marketing portal where you'll find many resources. We have partner-ready campaigns. Here you'll be able to execute campaigns with customizable, co-brandable content so that you'll be able to generate demand and build your pipeline. You can take advantage of our Marketing Concierge service and work with a virtual partner marketing manager to access personalized marketing guidance. You can also take advantage of Agency Connect, where you can engage with AWS preferred agencies and take advantage of our pre-negotiated cost-effective services, helping you build a better marketing strategy. And finally, in our Marketing Academy, you can access a self-serve marketing curriculum that will help you learn how to drive awareness and demand for your offerings. A key pillar in your marketing strategy is to differentiate your offerings. And through our differentiation programs, you can highlight your expertise and prove your customer success. In our service validation program, we validate partners on 30 AWS services. And in Doug's keynote, he announced our newest one, which is for Graviton Ready. One benefit that I really like about this program is Partners that unlock this validation work very closely with our service teams and develop a strong relationship with them and really achieve some really bespoke technical enablement. In our competency program, we're validating partners' technical expertise in workloads, use cases, and industries. We have 30 of these, and our latest one that Sandy announced is our energy competency. In our MSP program, or Managed Service Provider program, we're validating AWS partners with a proven track record and experience in providing end-to-end AWS solutions to customers in any stage of their cloud journey. All of these programs help customers and AWS sellers find you. You'll also unlock important go-to-market investments and access technical enablement that's specific to your solution. By achieving technical validation, AWS partners have been able to showcase their expertise to AWS customers and drive growth in their business. In the case of Belle Fleur, they saw a 75% increase in closed opportunities thanks to the AWS Service Delivery Program. Cloudticity has leaned into multiple differentiation programs. They've achieved 2 competencies, 3 service validations, and an MSP designation. And they tell us that it's been a major driver of growth for them. In addition to accessing Marketing Central, partners that achieve a technical validation are able to benefit from committed MDF funds. And partners are using these MDF funds to generate demand for their offerings and build their pipelines. Pinnacle Technology used MDF to fund their new account acquisition strategy. They invested in landing pages, in paid advertising and optimization, and they were able to double their website traffic and triple their conversion. MDF helped them acquire new accounts and accelerate the growth of their pipeline. ClearData used MDF in a strategic collaboration with another AWS partner, and within 9 months, they had a $1 million pipeline. So now that you've developed your skills, built and differentiated your offerings, and created demand around those offerings, we want to collaborate with you to win new business. Through the APN Customer Engagements Program, or ACE, partners can securely collaborate and co-sell with AWS, growing their business. ACE provides you with a platform to manage your pipeline of joint opportunities and leads. ACE is the backbone of co-selling with AWS. Through ACE, you share your leads with the AWS field, providing them visibility, giving them the ability to collaborate with you and helping you close those opportunities. And it's also the mechanism through which the field, the AWS field, will share opportunities with you. Also, by working with ACE, later, as you deepen your engagement with the APN, you'll be able to unlock several important partner benefits, such as increased funding. Some programs, like the AWS ISV Accelerate program and the partner-originated discount of the Solution Provider program, are examples of where this comes into play, which we'll dive into next. We offer partners 2 options to resell their AWS services as part of their differentiated solution: the AWS Solution Provider program and the Distribution program. With the Solution Provider program, partners earn a base discount and are also able to unlock a technical discount and a discount for partner-originated business. The technical discount reflects the investment you've made in a competency or an MSP designation. You also have the opportunity to earn a rebate for growing your existing business. Distributors can support partners with reselling their AWS services. Distributors are a good option for partners who need support in these areas. Distributors provide important go-to-market support, including business consultations, pre-sales, post-sales, and marketing services. They also can help with program management, helping make sure that you meet those APN requirements and that you're accessing the programs that make sense for your business. They offer a wealth of enablement programs, ensuring that you're building the expertise in AWS that you need to be successful. They can offer important operational efficiency, allowing you to focus on your services and solutions while they handle billing and operations. And finally, they can be a critical source of technical expertise. They help AWS partners with migrations, managed services, and cloud optimization. For companies who build and sell software, they can participate on the ISV Accelerate program to co-sell with AWS sales. This program has some really great features. The AWS sales teams receive compensation, they receive financial incentives when they help partners with their launched opportunities. They also receive co-selling goals with partners in this program. Partners in this program enjoy important visibility with the AWS sales teams. This involves placements in tools, events, and enablement. We also provide these partners with focused co-sell support and resources to ensure their success in co-selling. And finally, we're able to offer a reduced listing fee for partners in this program that are listing on the AWS Marketplace and the AWS Data Exchange. In addition to ISV Accelerate, we also provide other funding programs to help support our partners. Through the Partner Opportunity Acceleration, POA, we fund proofs of concept. And the Migration Acceleration Program, or MAP, we fund migrations. So as you can see, we have a really full range of programs and benefits. And one of the things that we're excited about in the launch of the Partner Paths is finding really simple, intuitive ways for partners to leverage the most of what we have. So I'm going to hand this over to Barbara, who's going to walk you through that.
Great. Thank you, Teresa. Hi, everybody. Barbara Kessler. As Teresa mentioned at the start, I lead some of our global partner programs. Partner Paths being part of that. So I want to share with you today how we're evolving our partner program structure to better reflect the evolution we've seen with our partners and customers. So you will have heard Doug mention, if you were able to listen in or attend the partner keynote earlier today, you will have heard him announce these new paths. This is building on the initial launch of ISV Partner Path, which began in January of this year, to replace our traditional technology partner experience for ISVs who build software on or integrate that with AWS. Since launching ISV Path, we've seen an exponential increase in the number of partners whose software solutions have been qualified to run on AWS and promoted to our customers. We've also seen hundreds of consulting partners join ISV Partner Path in order to go to market together related to their software offerings, right? One of the things that we've observed with our partners in recent years is that you don't necessarily fit into a siloed bucket of a partner type, right? And our model, for those who are familiar with it today, is consulting partner who offers services related to AWS to help customers consume AWS, or technology, which is companies who build technology products that integrate with or run on AWS. And what we have found over the 10 years since we launched the AWS Partner Network is that a lot of you cross over both of those swim lanes. So we saw a need to really evolve and iterate on our program structure to better reflect how we want to engage with you and the kinds of offerings that you provide to your customers. So today we are announcing the upcoming launch of 4 additional partner paths for hardware, services, training, and distribution. We're also renaming ISV Partner Path to Software Path to better reflect that leaning into offering type versus a partner type. So we'll offer these 5 paths that will replace our legacy or our traditional program model. So we are retiring the consulting and technology partner types and replacing that with this new model of partner paths. We want to make sure that as partners engage, you're able to engage across all of the different types of offerings that you have for your customers. So these paths will eliminate the mutual exclusivity we've historically had between consulting and technology, and you'll be able to participate in as many paths as are relevant to what you offer to your customers. Through this, we will be delivering a more simplified and flexible experience for our partners, increasing your access to benefits and programs that may be relevant to the range of your customer offerings, and improving your navigation through Partner Central, which for those not familiar is our partner portal. So we've made some significant investments in improving the navigation and user experience to reflect this change to paths. And in a moment, I'm going to walk you through some of those specific changes. So what are partner paths? What does this mean? There is a new framework that you'll find within the paths that is consistent across all 5 paths. So we are introducing a concept of path progression stages. These are not things that you'll be badged on and market to your customers, but instead it's a way for us to organize and progress our partnerships together. The first stage is registered. This is, creating an account with the AWS Partner Network, accepting standard terms and conditions, creating a profile, telling us about what you're doing. And at this stage, partners gain access to a wealth of foundational benefits and resources at no cost. Once you have enrolled, you'll be recommended specific paths to participate in. Right? You'll be able to take a look at what those paths offer, how that might align to your offerings, and determine which paths you wish to enroll in, moving you to enrolled stage where you'll unlock some incremental enablement content. From there, confirmed stage. This is the point at which our APN membership fee is billed, and you open up access to some core funding benefits, such as Innovation Sandbox that Teresa mentioned earlier, as well as the ability to start to access content through Marketing Central. The next stage is validated. This varies a bit by path, what the specific criteria is to move to validated stage. It is some sort of validation of your specific offering. So for those familiar with ISV path, this is the foundational technical review for a qualified software offering. For partners on our services path, this will be progressing to select tier. From there, you progress to differentiated stage within the path through the differentiation programs that Teresa mentioned. So I'd like to take a look with you at a couple of specific paths so that you can see in more detail what this would look like for you. So this first is our services path. Here you can see the list of resources I mentioned that are available to partners upon registration. So access to blueprints and quick starts to help you build out your solutions, access to the discounts and free training that Teresa mentioned earlier, as well as a wealth of white papers and other partner-focused content available through Partner Central. Once you have chosen to enroll in Services Path, you'll unlock access to a Navigate track specific to this path. For those not familiar with Navigate, this is an enablement resource that we provide to partners focused on either achieving a specialization or differentiation or some other business outcome. So for each path, we're implementing a robust end-to-end Navigate track to help you determine which resources and find the guidance that you need that are specific to services offerings. We've made some improvements in what that Navigate experience looks like, so we're going to show that to you here in a moment as well. Moving to confirmed stage. As I mentioned, this is where you gain access to things like Innovation Sandbox credits, the SaaS Factory program resources. There are promotional credits we offer partners as a benefit of membership, as well as access to some programs like Think Big for Small Business that Sandy Carter talked about earlier today. These programs like Think Big for Small Business and Partner Transformation Program are designed to help partners who are building their practice with AWS. At validated stage, this is key to unlocking a breadth of benefits, resources, and additional programs related to your services offerings. This is where you can become eligible for ACE referrals, which is receiving opportunities from AWS. This is also the critical stage at which you receive an AWS partner badge. We're going to show you what those look like, because obviously with retiring the consulting and technology terminology, the badge system is going to look a little bit different as well. So this is the key stage at which you're able to go to market as an AWS partner and gain access to a wealth of other resources. And then at differentiated stage, this is where our deepest benefits are committed to partners, such as a clear path to attainment of marketing development funding, increased visibility with our sales teams and with our customers, as well as increased access to technical teams at AWS and other resources. So I'd like to show you the software path now. Some of this will look familiar, some is going to be unique to the individual path. So same fundamental benefits available at registered. At enrolled, you'll be presented with a navigate track specific to software offerings, as well as the ability to access tools to help prepare for a foundational technical review. And show of hands, how many in here are familiar with the foundational technical review for software, FTR? A few folks, a few people. So this is a technical assessment of a software product aligned to AWS well-architected principles. So this is the sort of technical validation so that you can receive badging and go-to-market support related to that software product. At confirmed stage, you'll see that there are a couple of variations here, such as our Global Startup Program that is designed for startup software companies that will be presented to partners specifically within this path. And then at validated stage, some of these are similar, but will be a little bit different. So I'm going to take competencies as an example. So competencies are going to be listed on all of our paths at the validated stage. But as a partner in the software path, what you're going to see is competencies specifically relevant to software. One of the points of feedback we've heard from you as our partners over time is that you'd like it to be easier to navigate and find what you need at the right times. So we are reorganizing this in a way that you'll be able to find directly what's relevant to your business without having to comb through programs that may not be relevant to you. And then differentiated stage in the software path also gains partners access to the new game day benefits that I believe Doug also talked about earlier today. It's a really cool technical skills development and market development resource available to partners. Also, with partner paths, for the first time, we are introducing a more structured journey for hardware partners. So these are companies who build hardware or devices that are integrated with AWS services. We have not had a really robust experience for our hardware partners to date, who were categorized as technology partners, but that program structure was really built more for ISVs. So effective really the end of this week, as this path launches for these partners, they'll have a specific experience and progression stages related to their hardware and device offerings. Specifically the device qualification program, which some of you may be familiar with, which gains the partner the ability to market their product as qualified by AWS, as well as listing in our qualified device catalog. And then similarly, at validated and differentiated, partners will see the offerings, programs, resources, et cetera, specific to what they offer to customers. Now, I mentioned a moment ago that our badging structure is evolving a bit for partners. So beginning in January, these are the new badges that will be available through the AWS Badge Manager inside of Partner Central. So this is a tool in Partner Central where you can generate custom badges based on your entitlements as a partner. So your earned designations, your tiers as a services partner, and so on. At the top, you'll see our partner level designations. This is similar to the structure we have today. Those of you who might be familiar know that our badging is all partner level, right? So I am a technology or consulting partner. This is my tier. Here are the designations that I have. So we are retaining that structure. We think that works really well, but we're dropping reference to a partner type on the badge. We've heard feedback from our partners and our customers that it is challenging to communicate to customers what those different terms mean. And so simplifying this to the really relevant components will help simplify how we educate customers together. So partner level badging, you'll be able to feature an individual designation on the badge or a set of designations and bullets next to the badge that you'll be able to customize based on your specific use case for that particular badge. The next item, the certifications badge, is also partner organization level. This is a continuation of what's available today. These will still be available in the same increments, so you can earn this badge to say, hey, our company has 50 designations, 100 certifications, 500 certifications, and so on. What we're introducing that is new with the Partner Paths changes is an offering level qualified badge that today will be provided for qualified devices that have been vetted through that device qualification program that I mentioned, as well as qualified software that has successfully completed a FTR or foundational technical review. So this is going to give you more flexibility in how you choose to use these marks and badges on different assets and different use cases. So if you're creating a piece of content or a web page that is about your breadth of capabilities, you would use the top partner level badges. If you're creating an asset that's specific to a software product that you want to talk to your customers about, you could use the qualified software badge on that particular asset. So I recognize that this represents a significant evolution from our structure before, right? So we're making sure to maintain some continuity in our program structures. You will still find the individual and discrete programs that you're familiar with today, but the path to gain them and how we start to go to market together is evolving. Feedback from partners was a really critical part of this process for us. From the very early stages as we were evolving our strategy to helping us refine the details in preparation for launch. Innovative Solutions is one of our partners who actually made Premier Tier this year. And they were critical to providing feedback throughout this process and shared some really positive feedback with us about the ease of navigation and evolution that this is going to allow them in their partnership. Another great example I want to share with you is a company by the name of SmileShark. Actually, so when we started the session, I saw a lot of hands raised that you're currently partners with AWS. How many of you have been partners for more than a year? A few. So how many less than a year? A few. So we've got a little bit of a mix here. So SmileShark is a great example of a company who has been, is a 3-year-old business, right? They joined the AWS Partner Network about a year and a half ago, right? So they're a pretty new partner with us, but they leaned in quickly. They participate in the Amazon CloudFront delivery program, which is one of the service validation programs that Teresa mentioned earlier. They achieved advanced tier as a services partner very rapidly. They felt that it was very important to build their AWS capability quickly. They were actually awarded the Rising Star Partner of the Year in Korea earlier this year. And then they've gone on to earn 3 additional service validation designations. Through the investment in that partnership together, this partner has accelerated from zero to more than 200 AWS-focused customers in the last 2 years alone. So really great acceleration from a really solid startup partner of ours out of Korea. So how do you get started? I'm gonna walk you through on the next several slides some specific views within Partner Central. Again, as Teresa mentioned, the session is really designed for our new partners or considering becoming partners, and how do you get started, how do you navigate? I'm also going to show you a few of the user experience improvements that you will see this week and then later in January as we launch our remaining partner paths. So first step, register as an AWS partner. Sounds like a lot of you already are. If you're not, I would encourage you to take that step. It's a pretty simple click-through process, and you create a profile for your company as an AWS partner. You will notice, for those of you who might be familiar with the older registration model, we have introduced some additional questions for you to tell us about what you offer to your customers. And based on what you indicate that you offer, we will recommend the appropriate partner paths for you to participate in. But don't worry, if you're already registered and you haven't been able to tell us about your range of offerings, you can update that at any time inside of Partner Central. So the quick links section you see circled there that says View My APN Account, this is available from the home screen in Partner Central. You see it in the upper left-hand side. And then you'll see Company Profile, My Company Profile, and you'll be able to add any additional offerings that might not already be indicated on your profile. And like I said, as you've added those, we'll recommend to you additional paths that we're launching that would be relevant to your company. So when we recommend a path, you're going to see this card tile on your homepage. It says, hey, you told us that you offer software. And we think the software path might be a great fit for you. From here, you'll be able to click to enroll, but you'll also be able to take a look at the details and getting started content below to help you make a determination about if this is the right path for you. Oh, I didn't realize that was a click. All right, so if you click details, you're going to come to this view. Now, those slides I showed you with the columns a few moments ago, this is essentially that in an interactive format. So you'll be able to go to your path, look at each progression stage within that path, and the resources, programs, and benefits available to you. All of this content is hyperlinked, so you'll be able to click right into the links to learn more about individual programs, how to participate, how to register for those programs or apply, and so on. From the Getting Started button, which was on the lower right of that recommended path card, you'll be taken to the Navigate track for that path. We've made a lot of investments in the course of the last 12 to 18 months to really improve this Navigate experience. Those of you who might have seen Navigate in its early days, it was sort of PDF checklists of tasks for you to move through. We've really evolved this to a more interactive reference asset. So you can go into this Navigate track, and you can walk through it from A to Z. Or you can simply jump into individual modules and sections that might be most relevant to what you're looking for at the time. These are really intended for you to save this and refer back to it often as we'll continue to update the programs and resources available to you. Once you're enrolled in a path, you will see a summary card on your homepage for each path that you participate in. The software path that you see on the left of the screen there is available today. Later this week, you'll see the naming of that change from ISV to software path. And you'll start to see the progressive stages indicated on your card, your summary tile. From here, you can click for a more detailed view of your scorecard to see individual requirements. If you have an FTR that may be expiring or a device qualification that may be expiring, you'll be able to find that in the scorecard detail. So taking a quick look at what the scorecard detail looks like for software path, as I mentioned, you'll be able to have better indicators moving forward about any validations that might be expiring. So the little green clock you see on the upper right there, as you get closer to the date that FTR might expire, that's going to turn red, and it's going to include a call to action. you'll be able to click right into the, right in through the scorecard and take action to renew any of these validations. So much more interactive experience than what we've provided before. Another really important aspect of getting started is the training and certification that Teresa talked about. This is available from the training tab at the top navigation on the web page. When you click here, you'll be able to find AWS partner training provided by AWS. You'll be able to find training for partners provided through our authorized training partners, as well as navigate directly to resources to prepare for and schedule a certification exam. When you navigate to the AWS-led training here, the discounts are automatically applied. So this is how you take advantage of that benefit. The other area I want to talk about is a little bit more detail about ACE, which Teresa mentioned. Really is the backbone to co-selling with AWS. You can find your opportunities, submit an opportunity, manage opportunities shared by AWS from the My Customers tab at the top navigation. This is what your ACE Pipeline Manager will look like. Oh, let's see if the animation clicks. There we go. So this is where you can see all of your opportunities or leads. So I think you're probably familiar with Partner Solutions Finder, which is our partner directory or partner catalog. There is a contact this partner button within PSF. When a customer asks to contact a partner, it creates a lead that is shared with you through the ACE Pipeline Manager. You'll also be able to see and manage all of your opportunities. So how do you get started in creating an opportunity? So first, you'll go to the My Customers tab. I think my image isn't loading all the way. You'll click on the add sign to add a single opportunity, or you can initiate bulk actions to upload a bulk list of opportunities. There's also an ACE CRM integration option that you can learn more about in Partner Central as well. There we go. Apparently, I did not anticipate the number of animations well here. And then you'll fill in the form, right? We've really tried to keep this very simple and straightforward so that this isn't a huge lift for you or your sales teams. But there are a few fields that you'll fill out to tell us a little bit about the opportunity so that we can help align you to our AWS sales team for any support and that you can collaborate together on evolving your opportunities. Another important aspect of managing ACE opportunities, are you all familiar with the Alliance Lead function in Partner Central? A little bit. So that's sort of your primary user in your Partner Central account. They have sort of super user access and can approve and modify users and manage your information, update your profile, and so on. Your Alliance Lead is not necessarily always the right person to input and manage your customer opportunities, right? Especially if you're in a little bit larger organization that's not very effective. So we did introduce a new functionality earlier this year that you can add ACE users and ACE manager permissions for different people within the organization. You can add an unlimited number of ACE users that can submit and manage their own opportunities. You can also indicate up to 20 ACE managers that can see all of the opportunities across your business and help to manage that. So what's next? A few calls to action that I want to talk through before we wrap up our session today. So first, register with the APN if you're not already. If you are already registered, please go into Partner Central and update your offerings through the My Company Profile feature that we looked at a moment ago. And then enroll in PADS, right? You'll see some of this become available later this week if you offer software or hardware. Our services and training PADS will actually launch in late January. So a few of the features that we just looked at may not be fully available if you were to navigate into Partner Central today, but I wanted to give you a view of what that evolving experience looks like. Access the APN Navigate tracks for the relevant enablement content that you're looking for. As I mentioned, we're introducing new Navigate tracks that are specific to our paths, but we also offer a range of other Navigate tracks. So if you're looking to build a migration practice, there's a Navigate track for migration. If you're looking to build an IoT practice, there's a Navigate track for IoT. So definitely take a look at the range of Navigate content available and take advantage of that. Particularly if you're early in your journey as a partner and as an ongoing priority throughout managing your own business, training and certification are critically important, right? Our customers tell us that they're looking for partners who carry certifications, have the right level of AWS training and expertise, so critically important to focus on that. Then there's build your capabilities and offerings. Teresa talked to you about a handful of programs that we have to help support that, and really what we covered is sort of the tip of the iceberg. We love to build programs, resources, content to help you meet a range of customer needs. And with the partner path structure, we're going to be organizing that in a way now that is a little bit easier for you to find what you're looking for. But take advantage of those resources to build out your capabilities and specialized offerings. Next is know your superpowers and your differentiators, right? If you work with a partner manager at AWS, you've probably heard them ask the question, what's your superpower? That's how we know what you're good at and how to help connect you to our sales team. And then differentiators, and this really comes in the form of these differentiation programs. That is where we have proven success with you as a partner delivering to end customers that our salespeople can trust and rely on and know that you're the right partner to bring in for that type of workload. And then start your sales engagement. Submit opportunities through ACE, collaborate with the sales team. It is bi-directional detail in an opportunity record. So when you share that with the AWS sales team, they're also able to make updates and share information about that opportunity so that you can collaborate together more effectively. So there are a few resources I want to leave behind with you to help stay up to date. Our main partners landing web page. You can navigate to any of our programs and resources from here. You can find the link to Partner Central to log in, and you can learn more about all of our programs. The APN blog is an excellent resource to help stay up to date. Any new launches, we always announce through a blog post. We also feature a number of our partners' stories. And really important customer wins where you all have helped our customers really innovate leveraging AWS. And then learn more about funding benefits. Teresa touched on this a little bit as well. Innovation Sandbox is to help you build new solutions or integrate new AWS services into your solutions. Partner Opportunity Acceleration and Migration Acceleration Program are both intended to help accelerate your opportunities with customers through providing funding to reduce the cost of migration or to offset some of the costs of your statement of work for POCs. And then there's MDF, of course, which is our marketing development funds, which will help you build pipeline, demand generation, et cetera. So those are our three core funding benefit pillars that you can learn more about through this funding webpage. So that takes us to the end of our session time. I want to thank you. I know it's late in the day and that you guys skipped reception and free drinks downstairs to come hang out with us. So I really appreciate you troopers for doing that. And the last thing I want to leave behind is please do navigate into the app. You'll see your surveys available. Please do provide feedback and complete surveys for any of the sessions that you attend. We really do read these, and we use that feedback that you provide to help evolve our content in future events. So please take a moment to do that. Teresa and I are going to hang out over here for the next 10, 15 minutes till they kick us out of this room. So we're happy to take questions and visit with all of you.